Well, hello everyone. It's time again to say goodbye and so long and thank you to five outstanding people who are calling it a career with the city government this month. We have four from the Clarksville Police Department and one from the Street Department that we recognize, but total, those five have almost 150 years of service to our citizens. And so I just want to say thank you. That's extraordinary these days, and I just want to say thank you. But first, we have four from Clarksville Police Department. And joining me today to recognize those four is Chief David Crockrell with Clarksville Police Department. And first, Chief Crockrell, we have Officer Garrett Oden. Here's his certificate and his coin. Tell us a little bit about Officer Oden.
I'd be glad to, sir. Officer Garrett Oden is a 19-year vet, as I recall, hired in 2005. He was prior military, a Ranger, also in the military. And early in his career, as a director of training, I brought Garrett over as our range master. He had a lot of experience in that kind of stuff and defensive tactics. So pretty quickly he was in training and teaching for all those years. And 19 years on the range and on the mats with these officers is really remarkable. But really, Eric, just want to speak to you about your career. Appreciate what you've done. He took us back to basics and then advanced us to where we are today. And you can see his product, your product, Eric, in videos and on the street all the time. Successful incidents that involve our officers that you've delivered to them in your training abilities. So good luck in your next chapter, and appreciate what you've done for us all these years.
Yeah, thank you. And if you've not been to the shooting range and the range house and all that, that's at the lower end of Franklin as part of the Citizens Police Academy, or a new officer or a seasoned officer keeping their skills sharp, you need to go down there and see Officer Oden. You have absolutely helped us keep our skills sharp and make us an outstanding police department. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Next, we have Officer Van Bepper. Bill Van Bepper has given over 26 years of service to our Clarksville Police Department. Let's talk a little bit about Officer Van Bepper.
I'll be glad to again. So Bill was a large vet, 26 years on the job. He got hired in 1998. And Bill always had a passion for traffic accidents, traffic reconstruction. He spent some time on the fatal crash team for years as an investigator in those tragic events. Always had a knack for mathematics, which is absolutely paramount in that unit. And 26 years is a long time in any career, especially in law enforcement. So Bill, appreciate what you did, appreciate what you provided to those victims all those years, and good luck to you also in the next chapter of your life.
Yeah, thank you, Officer Van Bepper. 26 years is nothing to sneeze at, and you've done them with excellence. So thank you very much. Next, we have Agent Freddie McClintock, who has given, again, 26 years of service to our Clarksville Police Department. Chief, here's his certificate and his coin. Tell us a little bit about Agent.
All right, so we call him Mac.
Yeah.
His wife calls him Frederick, as I have learned. He got hired with Bill the same year in 1998. 26 years on the job, a lot of years in the military and as a reservist. I believe he retired in that capacity while he was working here, as a lot of them do at the police department. Mostly his career was committed to narcotics investigations, long-term, short-term. He was a task force officer for years with the DEA. We had a TFO program in Nashville, and he represented us in that capacity. Also did a stint as district detective, but also in homicides. And I can see a couple of very serious homicide investigations that Mac investigated and successfully prosecuted and put that suspect away as they deserve. Mac, we appreciate you, appreciate your commitment to your victims in those narcotics investigations, which you feel is the seed of all crimes across this city. Appreciate your commitment to that. And again, as always, we pray for you in your next chapter of your life.
Yeah, and talking to you and your family at the retirement event the other day, I learned that you've got your next season already planned in your career. So the best wishes to you, and thank you again for 26 outstanding years to our Clarksville Police Department. Next, we have Lieutenant Vincent Lewis, Cousin Vince, and you'll have to ask him why I call him Cousin Vince. But here's his certificate of retirement, 33, almost 34 years, and a coin. Tell us about Cousin Vince.
We would need hours to really cover not only Vince, but his family and how important they are to this community. This is a family of faith and service to the city of Clarksville, this county, a farming family in their day, a law enforcement family, have served and served and served. It's just in their blood, and Vince is absolutely a semblance of that. 33 years, almost 34 years is almost insane, honestly, in law enforcement. And how officers do that all those years, I do not know. Vince has done a lot of things, worn a lot of hats. I'll try to go down the list of those hats that he's worn. When I began my career, he was working street crimes and gangs. He'd already been on patrol and had promoted into that street crimes unit that we had in its day, gang activity, narcotics. Vince did a stint, obviously as a supervisor, homicide unit. He supervised the homicide unit, promoted to lieutenant. He was a PIO at one time for Chief Ainsley. And then really, I think his passion was always, again, as was Bill Van Beber, in fatal crashes. He also had a talent for mathematics, which is very saturated in those investigations. And he excelled in that and had a passion for the victims' families as obviously in his career it was required. Ended his career in the fatal crash team, and I'm very proud to say that under your leadership, we advanced that unit and were able to succeed in a lot of the ways that Vince had wished. You know, he had spoken about a lot of things that he felt needed to be done with that unit. And we're just getting started there, but we did check a lot of boxes with the fatal crash team. And a lot of those suggestions came from Vince over the years. So Vince, you're a mentor to me and to many. 33 years. You also have some plans going to continue to teach and be in that realm of law enforcement and de-escalation and things and provide his knowledge across the nation. So we wish you well with that. Appreciate what you've done for us, and you're always welcome at CPD.
Thank you, Chief. And it sounds like the way you talk about Vince, Lieutenant Lewis, is if you needed a hard job done, you called Vince Lewis.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Vince. Thank you, Lieutenant Lewis, for your outstanding service. Almost 34 years, as Chief said. That's unreal to even think about that long. There's a lot of people watching this video. They're not even that old, much less put in that much time. So thank you to the four from Clarksville Police Department. Chief, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, sir.
And next we have one from the Clarksville Street Department. John Goodlett is retiring after almost 39 years, or he has 39 years. And with me is David Smith, the director of the Clarksville Street Department. David, this is John's certificate of retirement and his mayor's coin. And tell us a little bit about Goody.
Goody, exactly that. Goody boy. Goody's a 40-year vet nearly, and started with the gas and water department. I met him at the codes department years ago when I started with the city. He was a mentor then. Just a contagious level of energy. Very, very hard worker. Could not sit still. I don't know if it was,
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's ADHD or what, but that guy was, he was 100 miles an hour all times of the day. And it was great. We hated to lose him at the codes department because it left a void that was very difficult to fill. But it was really cool to go back to the street department and see him finish his career and be a part of that. It was a good thing to witness, and he's going to be sorely missed. I know he's never that far out of reach, and I'm sure he'll come by and visit often, and we appreciate that. Appreciate what he's done for the younger guys that have come up. He's been a mentor to them and to me.
Well, Goody, again, thank you for the outstanding service you've given to our city and our citizens. And a common theme I've heard, David, throughout the entire five that we're recognizing today is they've given back to the younger employees who've come up behind them and mentored them and helped shape them and help them by setting a great example. So, John Goodlett, Goody, thank you for the outstanding service, and thank you, David. So to the five that are retiring, we say thank you. Thank you for what you've done for our city all these many years. And just remember, once a member of the city employee family, always a member of the city employee family. Don't be strangers, and we'll see you around town. God bless you. Thank you.